Hey forum, my name is Manny, aka CascadeScents. Welcome to another video. As you see by the title, this one is on my top 5 most complimented niche fragrances for 2020. And again, it goes without saying that 2020 has been a tough year, and sometimes I think about spraying all these expensive niche fragrances, and I'm like, well, doesn't matter if no one else is smelling them. But come on, of course it matters. At the end of the day, you're also spraying this for yourself. It's you who has to live in that scent cloud. Niche fragrances are super high quality, but they're very personal ultimately. So these fragrances should be for you, but it doesn't go without saying that some of these also have compliment factors too. And wow, am I really proud of the list I actually came up with this year. So despite all the social distancing, despite all of the mask wearing, some of these actually got me compliments through that stuff. And yeah, I'm very happy to share it with you. So I hope you guys enjoy this. And if you do, as always, please be sure to like, subscribe, and comment as well. Again, all this content is for free. And if you appreciate it, if you want to let me know, do it by one of those ways, if not all of them. But yeah, counting down now from number 5 to 1. At number 5, here we go, it's Bleecker Street by Bond Number 9. Now, Bleecker Street's one of those scents that is characterized as both grassy and juicy. Juicy from that cassis, blackberry, or blueberry-ish kind of vibe. And then that greenness comes from that violet leaf. It just smells like fresh cut grass here. Definitely one of those active summer scents that I feel like just being under the sun with and or projecting with. So if I'm like at a barbecue or if I'm just chilling out on the porch, this is the kind of scent I'm reaching for. Like, it's just perfect. That being said, you have a little bit of spice just to give it a kick into your nose. Got some patchouli in the base as well, which also really assists with the longevity, and that's pretty cool because a lot of summer fragrances out there don't have the staying power, but this definitely does. But weirdly enough, there's this like watery and like caramelized backbone when you get into the base too, which I don't personally enjoy. I could have really done without it, but I appreciate the twist or creativity anyway. And I said the word twist because of course this scent is also reminiscent to Ralph Lauren Purple Label. But when it comes to which one's more flattering, it goes without saying, it's this one right here. People love, again, that juicy, grassy vibe. That's why it makes a list. If you can find this stuff for the right price, do it. It's at Bleecker Street from Bond Number 9. Alright, forum, moving on to the next most complimented niche fragrance. This one is Uden Overdose by Xerjoff. The flanker to the very popular Uden takes a twist on that citrusy and vanilla-y DNA. This one here is focused on that tobacco blossom, which I think smells exquisite. It kind of hits your nose in a more casual, warm, masculine, yet sporty kind of way. Like, I definitely think this is a casual going out kind of fragrance, and I think people love it in that setting. But I will say that despite being able to travel through the masks and elicit compliments and whatnot, up close, I don't think that this stuff in retrospect is the most flattering for like snuggling. And the reason why that is, say if you were, for example, going to just smell your wrists and catch that whiff off of you from just your own proximity, you would think it might kind of smell mundane. Like it smells overly casual and or something that you sprayed too much of, despite it being a rather strong scent and you actually sprayed it maybe 2 or 3 times. Like up close, people have told me that they aren't too flattered by it, but it's funny if I walk by them or we're in a group setting and we're more or less sitting across from each other, they actually like it more there and have complimented it there while they've dissed it when I was right in their grill. So if you somehow have a group occasion during these pandemic days, or you're out and about doing stuff and you want to smell a little high-end but somewhat approachable at the same time, this is the kind of scent I would wear. It's probably not one that I would want to wear for your close encounters, again in retrospect, just because there's yummier offerings out there, but at least you know what this stuff is for, and I think it's really good for that. So Uden Overdose for the win from Xerjoff. Alright, forum, moving on to my third most complimented niche fragrance of the year. Speaking of actual snuggle scents, this one is Rolling in Love from Kilian. Now, Rolling in Love to me, I'm such a big believer in, just because one whiff off of the neck and it's over. Like if you're a straight cis male with a girl, they're gonna be wondering if they find it yummy off of you and or if they want it off of themselves. Like you're gonna get one of those, and either of those are a compliment. Very addictive stuff. We're talking ambrette seeds, almond, iris, milk, musk. You're getting a fruity, milky, musky accord off of you, and from a skin scent proximity, it just smells amazing. Like it kind of just accentuates your natural scent to begin with if you're already clean. Like I would start to personally have cardinal thoughts on my mind if someone were to get a whiff of that off of me, or if they so happen to be wearing this too. Like I would definitely really be feeling it. It's just pound for pound one of those scents that I would want my lover to wear. That's all. That being said, I would say that this doesn't project too much at all, so don't expect to get compliments from afar, especially with the social distancing and mask wearing out there. But it is quite intense from just within an arm's length, and that's okay with me. Like, I'd really want to only share this with someone special anyway. So if this is for you and you don't care so much about unsolicited compliments from afar, then yeah, test it already. It's awesome. It's Kilian Rolling in Love. That being said, moving on, here we go with my second most complimented fragrance of the year. We got a very expensive, pricey 50 ml Labo. This one's Poivre. Now, Poivre for me is up there with Gaillac Nice as far as my most preferred city-exclusive Labo scent, which unfortunately you can only acquire during the month of September unless you live in these cities, or these respective cities rather, because these respective cities have their own one each. And with this one being London, I would actually say that unlike all the other cities out there, this one I guess is actually evocative of that city. Just a very multicultural space, and they love spice there, or they do rather, because of that influx of that culture. And to reflect that into fragrance form, what Labo did was make a pepper fragrance, hence the name Poivre. Well, what else you get here? We're talking incense, we're talking labdanum, so it's spicy, smoky, and a little bit of warm and ambery. But the spiciness we have to talk about, because typically I hate pepper, and it just feels like it's kicking my nose too hard. Like, typically if it's in a fresh spicy manner, I feel like I accidentally snorted black pepper or something like that, and it just feels like it almost hurts. But when I get this so-called bourbon pepper out of this scent, it just feels so high-end and just a proper kick. Like, I almost feel gourmand about it, because I would actually eat something with this pepper on it. And yeah, again, it just smells amazing. I guess pepper is one of those notes that I probably don't want to have cheaped out on if I can really only like it like this. But again, I really like it like this. But on top of that, I actually mentioned the word gourmand. You actually get more gourmand facets towards the end of this too. It dries down into a really nice dry vanilla. So one that doesn't actually smell too gourmand, but you know what I mean. It smells sweet, but not directly reminiscent of a food or anything like that. Got a little sandalwood too, just to keep it a little bit smooth. And that's how I'd characterize this scent. You get the best of both worlds. It's a little bit of rough, a little bit of smooth, a little bit of spicy, a little bit of sweet, but overall just a nice high-end casual wearing experience, and a great signature scent for either the fall or winter if you can afford it. It's also one that I feel like functions as both a compliment getter from afar and or in your close personal space. Again, with its well-rounded amount of facets, it's just, someone's going to like this. And again, I hope you do too. So if you guys would like, definitely look out for this come next September, because that's when you'll be able to get it. But yeah, this stuff rules. It's Poivre from Labo. Alright, Flora, moving on to my most complimented fragrance of 2020. And I'm not shocked. Here we go with another Labo. It is another 13 this time. And another 13 has made other most complimented lists of the year. So to see it here, I'm like, yeah, you know what? This makes a lot of sense, especially when I consider the fact that this is the scent that has garnered the most unsolicited compliments through the mask from, like, you know, whoever I come across. The ambroxan here is quite unassuming, because you might go anosmic to it, but trust me, no one else is. And it's done in such a way that isn't too quote-unquote basic, you know, in comparison to the Savages and anything else that came out of that blue wave. But here it's almost like a hipster vibe to it. Like, it almost comes off as papery, yet somewhat skin scent like. You also have jasmine, moss, and a little bit of ambrette seeds, giving it a slight green vegetal sharpness in the back as well. Say if you were to really take the stuff in. And altogether, again, I feel like a big believer in the scent as far as people actually smelling it. But also up close, again, it really can't hurt too, because it seems to be one that's interesting enough for people to keep wanting to get it off of your neck as well. So that's really flattering, it goes without saying. That being said, if you're the type of person who typically doesn't like ambroxan and or musk or white musk scents yourself, I just think you should stay away from this. But if you're also open to that potential feedback, I guess give it a shot. Maybe it will grow on you, because again, it grows on everyone else pretty fast, at least in my personal experience. So yeah, definitely check it out. I guess that about does it for my most complimented list. That's another 13 by Labo, also for the win. And yeah, we're at the point of the video where I want you guys to tell me in the comments what you guys think about all of these fragrances overall. I'd also like to know what you guys have been wearing all year, and or what you have been receiving compliments with. If you guys want to see my designer video too, I'll leave that in the description below. Perhaps you're looking for something of a more approachable price point. I got lots of that there. I know a lot of the stuff here is rather pricey, but such as niche fragrances overall. But I live for niche fragrances. They're very personal. You'll find something specifically what you'll like as far as what genre, what family, and sometimes again you'll find stuff that people also like too. So that's what this list was all about. And until the next one, I think that really does it for me. And if you guys enjoy content like this, please be sure to also like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more so you don't miss any of it in the near future. And yeah, whenever that is, I can't wait to catch you then. So thanks again for watching Forum. Be safe out there. My name is Manny. Wear your fragrances.